Here is what the kitchenware industry does not want you to understand about Costco. The warehouse does not discriminate. It stocks planned obsolescence next to generational craft, and the price difference between them is small enough that most people never stop to ask why. Here is the math they do not advertise. The average American household cycles through 5 kitchen appliances over 30 years, 4 to 6 years per machine, $300 per replacement. That is $1,500 doing the same job a single well-built appliance could have done once. $1,500, the price of something you never have to buy again. Today, this list covers 5 Costco kitchen appliances that are secretly better engineered than brands retailing at $4,000 and 3 that belong back on the shelf. Every buy pick shares one structural trait the avoid picks never had. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is. In 1921, a man named William Grover Barnard started a company in Cleveland, Ohio, with a piece of equipment most people associate with hospital kitchens and commercial diners. He called it the Vitamix. He did not think of it as a blender. He thought of it as a machine built to a standard that home equipment had never bothered to meet. Number 1, Vitamix. Here is what most people walk past on the Costco floor. The Vitamix sitting next to the Ninja looks like the same category of product. It is not. Think of a car engine rated for 300,000 miles sitting next to one rated for 60,000. They occupy the same hood. They do not do the same job over time. The Vitamix runs a motor with 2 peak horsepower, aircraft-grade stainless steel blades, and a 10-year full warranty. That warranty is not a marketing promise. It is an engineering confession. The Ninja fails at the blade weld point. Under daily use, the joint where the blade meets the drive socket fatigues at 18 months. The Vitamix blade is machined from a single piece of stainless steel. There is no weld point, nothing to fatigue. At $500 over 20 years, that is $25 per year. 4th generation Barnard family. Still privately held, still Cleveland. You do not buy a Vitamix. You buy the last blender your kitchen will ever need. In 1918, a man named Ichiro Ichikawa founded a company in Osaka, Japan, around a single idea that a machine should remember what a person might forget. The name Zojirushi means elephant mark. Elephants never forget. Neither does this machine. Here is what most people get wrong when they see the Zojirushi rice cooker on the Costco floor. They see a rice cooker. What they are actually looking at is a fuzzy logic microprocessor that reads temperature in real time and adjusts heat and timing on every cycle. Think of the difference between a thermostat and a chef watching the pot. A thermostat hits a number and stops. A chef watches, adjusts, corrects. The Zojirushi does the second thing automatically every single time. The aroma rice cooker uses a single element heating coil that scorches the bottom layer while undercooking the top after 18 months of daily use. The Zojirushi does not have that problem because it was never designed to have that problem. Consumer Reports has ranked it at the top of its category for 7 consecutive years. At $250 over 15 years, that is $16 per year. You do not buy a Zojirushi. You buy a standard your kitchen will hold itself to for the next 15 years. In 1814, a man named Johann Abraham Wüsthof opened a cutlery workshop in Solingen, Germany, the knife capital of the world, where blade making has been the dominant industry for over 600 years. 7 generations later, the Wüsthof family still owns the company, still runs the factory, still makes the knife in the same city. Here's what most people get wrong about the Wüsthof Classic set at Costco. They see $300 and they see the Henkel's International set at half the price, and they assume they are choosing between 2 versions of the same thing. They are not. Think of the difference between a nail and a screw. A nail holds under initial force and backs out under sustained pressure. A screw holds under both. The Wüsthof Classic uses X50 CRMOV15 high-carbon stainless steel, forged to a Rockwell hardness of 58, full tang, full bolster, taper ground edge. Every structural decision transfers energy from your hand to the cutting surface without waste. The Henkel's International line uses stamped blades with a hollow grind that loses its edge geometry after 12 months of regular use. The blade does not break. It slowly stops working, and most people blame their cutting board. At $300 over 40 years, that is $7.50 per year. NSF certified, used in culinary programs on 4 continents. You do not buy a Wüsthof. You inherit 200 years of a single family's refusal to make it any other way. What to skip? Hex-clad cookware markets its hybrid laser-etched surface. Stainless steel peak protecting non-stick valleys as the best of both worlds. The non-stick valleys are PTFE. Above 500 degrees Fahrenheit, PTFE degrades. 500 degrees is a normal sear temperature. The stainless peaks protect the valleys from abrasion. They do not protect them from heat. Consumer reviewers report an average replacement cycle of 3 to 4 years at $150 to $200 per pan. Do the math. The original Instant Pot was well built in the well built. Then Instant Brands filed for bankruptcy in 2023, and the manufacturing mandate changed. The failure point in newer units is the sealing ring. The silicone warps after approximately 300 pressure cycles. 300 cycles at 1 cook per day is 10 months. The company calls this a consumable part. That is a business model, not an engineering solution. The Cuisinart Coffee Center brews at 185 degrees. The SCA minimum is 200 degrees. The single-serve side shares a heating element with the carafe side, meaning neither reaches full operating temperature when both run simultaneously. That is the only number you need when you are standing in front of it at Costco. The pattern: Vitamix, Zojirushi, Wüsthof. Say those names and notice what is absent. No public shareholders, no quarterly earnings call, no analysts asking why the motor housing costs $4 more than the competitors. Every one of those companies has spent generations making a decision that publicly traded manufacturers are structurally prevented from making, building the product to last instead of building the customer to return. Fill your kitchen with tools, not replacements. Fill it with decisions made by families, not mandates handed down by shareholders. Fill it with things your grandchildren will pull out of a cabinet and already know how to use. 5 Costco kitchen appliances, secretly better than $4,000 brands, and 3 to walk right past. 1 purchase, a lifetime of use.